Hello, ladies and whoa. Okay. Hello. Hello. Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Skullgirls Get Gr8. This is the audio test. We will be starting soon. Please let me know if any of the commentators this week are a little too loud or a little too quiet. I want all of us to be about equally as loud, and the game should be just barely audible. If there are any recommendations that you would like to provide, please feel free to do so. We want the stream to be just perfect for you. Wow, that was weird. I tripped over the intro I've done for 2 years, 4 times throughout that. I guess today is just not a get great day. That's a lie. Every day is a get great day. Everyone should be practicing. Or I should be at the grind. I should be louder than normal. Can anyone else confirm? I am probably louder than normal. Let me do absolutely nothing about it, unless it's like ear-splittingly loud. So the thing is, like, so I travel a lot for work-related reasons. So what ends up happening is I just bring my laptop and not my full stream setup with me. So right now, this is some Walmart brand ass Get Gr8. This is basically what I'm trying to say. This is a great value brand. I will turn myself down a bit if it helps you guys out. Hello. Hello? Hello. That looks a lot better. I don't know if I'm crazy or not. Sounds good. All right, good to hear. That's way better. All right, awesome. I have a lot of logistical things to take care of, so I'm going to be muted for a bit. Feel free to do some matches on stream. Listen to the audio. Let me know if the game audio is whack.
Don't screw this one up, Egrets. Gentlemen and ladies, it's showtime! Can't block this. Let's get a round of applause for our contestants. Perfection. Gentlemen and ladies, it's showtime! What is a bear? This battle is all in the mind. Let's rock! Here we go! Gentlemen and ladies, it's showtime! Player 2 wins! Do I have the right to remain violent? Gentlemen and ladies, it's
Don't get roll up.
Step away. This is fun. We did it!
I couldn't be of service.
Let's get a round of applause for our contestants.
For my kingdom.
Gentlemen and ladies, it's showtime!
Clear the way.
Do I have the right to remain violent? Who will be our star tonight? Fine!
Secrets? I've had worse. No. I won't.
It's in the can! Magnifique! This is true love we're making! Showtime!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I sincerely apologize for that delay. Took a lot longer than I thought. Tons of small minor changes. All right. What's up with Crank today? No commentary? Yeah, he's here. I was just setting things up. All right. What else? So cool. You guys are giving each other advice. I appreciate that. It's fantastic. Bracket has not started yet. Am I forgetting anything? Yo-Yo thanking Shade for the new next level tech. I'm really upset that people haven't figured that out yet. I'm upset that I didn't play Parasol to figure that out. Because, like... That's like a thing Squiggly does on a regular basis. Was people giving Yo-Yo advice? That's hilarious. Was them people giving advice? Oh my god, that's hilarious. Mine is funny. Not mine. The head rocket thing. Okay. I'm gonna let you guys finish up this match, then we're gonna go ahead and get started. Just so you guys are on the same page. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Skullgirls Get Gr8 every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, etc., etc. What we do here is we try to match you up against a relatively even opponent and give you constructive criticism on your play. Our philosophy here is that practice doesn't make perfect, perfect practice makes perfect. So we try to tell you what you need to focus on most to hit that next level. We won't tell you everything that's wrong with your play because people learn in steps, so you gotta practice one thing at a time. And we're gonna make sure we give as much advice as we can. We'll give you things to keep in the back of your mind, but things that you need to work on throughout the week. It'll be up to you to practice or follow up and ask for more details. We have a public Discord where you can always communicate with us if you don't understand anything or have questions or want more details. You can find that by typing !DISCORD. Sign up forms go out every week on Saturday or Sunday usually, and you can just register for Get Gr8 through that. If you are participating today, please join our group chat. You can find our group chat and all the link details. Where the heck is it? Here? Yeah. There's a Steam group chat, our Twitch, and the lobby that we're going to be using for everyone to join. Because of Steam's horrible new system, we're going to be using the 3 provided links to communicate and actually manage people getting into this bracket. So first ups is Dry Eyes versus J Paula. So those 2 players, please enter our lobby. I don't know why NewGet IG is here, but that's fine as long as they don't ready up. If they ready up, I'm going to evict them. Yeah, you should come in. So I don't know if you've done this before, but if you have, see that Steam link at the end of the long chain of text they sent a little while ago? Put that into your browser, it'll launch Steam and pop you into this lobby. It's fantastic. I'm glad that exists. I'm also upset that this is the only way we can handle it. So how's everyone doing today? You guys commentating too? Yeah. I honestly don't get it. He's always here. Or they are always here. I don't have a problem with it as long as it doesn't interfere with the stream. It's like, I mean, I guess if you want to chill here. If we had another commentator, then it'd be a little bit more important. Watch the Sage Slapfest tutorial, read the Shoryuken, watch Dragonos B&B videos, and the reset compilation. No, please don't. Dragonos has probably the most knowledge on Bella compared to anyone else in the Skullgirls community. I would borderline say more than Mike Z. This guy understands Bella like a science. Unfortunately, he uses that to meme around. He never actually really makes optimal stuff, I think. Or practical stuff, I should say. Not taking away anything from him. He doesn't try to like play competitively, as far as I know. Agnes is awesome. Alright, round stop. Alright, hop back, jab to try to stop stuff and approach. Both players did a smart opener, had a specific read. Well, Dry Eyes didn't really have a read. Right? Dry Eyes wanted to play a little bit more defensively, try to understand what his opponent's trying to do. I respect that. I like that. Alright, we got a wall bounce. Pick it up with the medium conversion. I respect that. Shake the DP. Okay, so we almost had a full B&B, and I like that a lot. That was awesome. We accidentally used crouching leg kick a little bit too late, right after the first string after beat extend. Used crouching leg kick, and that picked up a little bit too late. If it was a little bit faster, you would have been fine. Another thing you can use is you can use crouching light punch in that situation instead, I think. I don't remember what buttons you press, but I think in that route, if you press crouching light punch, it'll actually be a lot easier, and you'll actually get a little bit more damage. Okay. Scoop him up. Send him flying.
Can anybody stop this fighting machine?
Well played by Dry Eyes. That was actually pretty well done. Still need to clean up that stuff. When's Get Great featuring Combo Breaker staff? I wish I was Combo Breaker staff. Nah, that'd be really cool actually. If I could coordinate a whole bunch of people playing Skullgirls. That's like been like my dream for like a year and a half now, where I want to go to a Combo Breaker and have all of the pro level players play on Get Great and just be like, just treat them like they're beginner level player. I just think it'd be really, really funny. But I don't think anyone would be down for that. If people were down for that, that'd be pretty awesome. I'll reach out to people, see if anyone's up. But I'm also a shy little baby, so I don't know.
Roll camera and
Ooh, okay. So J. Paul tried to backdash out of there. That's really risky against Big Band specifically. This is a matchup specific situation. Big Band reaches really far. He has a lot of like huge buttons. So because of that, you can't just really backdash away from him at the beginning. You should probably just hold down back or hold back in general. Or up back. Up back is another good option. Up back is nice because you don't have to worry about high-low stuff. And also, Heavy Giant Step won't catch you. You know, whereas Heavy Giant Step otherwise hits the entire ground. It has a little projectile thing that goes out. It's not actually canonically a projectile anymore. Canonically is not the right word. Mechanically a projectile anymore because Bella can't reflect it, but she used to be able to. It's kind of crazy. Still acts like a projectile, like it still only affects the first thing it hits. It won't hit both people if they're both standing on the ground. Again, that's all matchup-specific knowledge. That's just like what you should be doing against Big Band. Another thing is I remember in the first round, you did a standing light kick to try and stuff any sort of Big Band approach that might be happening around start. In that situation, what you should have actually done is standing light punch. So one of the main things that makes Fortune super, super strong is that Fortune has a 5-frame jab. Now, I'm not telling you to worry about frame data right now. I don't really try to focus on frame data until you're in an intermediate bracket. But long story short, 5-frame jab is tied for the fastest jab in the game and is the second fastest button in the game. So I highly, highly recommend like stuffing approaches around start with that. It also stops a lot of jump-ins. That's matchup specific. It kind of depends on what character you're fighting. But standing light punch also works as an anti-air. Kind of evil. Doppler just challenged you? Dang. Dang, Doppler going around challenging people. That's crazy. Alright. Another thing, J. Paula. So I noticed you got a grab and you didn't convert, especially because it was in the corner. I mean, especially when it was in the corner, it should have been like easy conversion. Actually, can you convert off a grab without an assist if you're not in the corner? I think Robo needs the assist or a mine in the corner to do that. Either way, you don't seem to be converting off of a lot of your kick confirms. You're getting a few hits here and there, but you're not actually converting off of it. So I'm gonna watch this match and verify. And if that is indeed the case, then I'm going to highly recommend you learn a BNB. And that's not just because long combos are good, and because they do a lot of damage or anything like that. The reason it's important is because it helps you get a feel for your character. It'll help build a muscle memory if you keep practicing a BNB and trying to get it right. So see, after you hit that standing medium kick, you should have been able to go for like a crouching hard punch or something if you had the head. You didn't have the head, so you could have gone for a quarter circle forward light punch, which would have slashed your opponent in the face and would have let you keep on comboing. That kind of knowledge only really comes from practicing in BNB. I mean, there are other ways to learn, but it's not as efficient. So, into Twitch chat, I'm going to bring chat back on the stream in case you're watching the VOD afterwards. For those of you guys who are kind of new here, reminder, please pause the stream while you are playing. We're trying to minimize lag as much as possible. Also, please try to play on Ethernet. It's the least you can do when you're fighting in an online game, where every frame counts. You might think your Wi-Fi is fantastic. Make sure you are aware, though, that Wi-Fi is always associated with packet drops, and there's nothing we can really do about that. Digressing from that, I'm going to assume that you have paused the stream and you can watch the VOD later, so I'm going to keep the stream chat on here so you guys can get the link to, what the hell was I? Oh yeah, BNB Compendium, which you can find by typing !BNB, the Twitch chat, combos. Hey the Nougat, yeah, so the Get Good tournament, I think is what you're talking about, which is the Russian version, is actually literally a tournament, which is not how we do things here. So Get Great, which has been going around for like 2.5 years, how we actually do things is we make you play 5 flat matches. It doesn't matter who wins or who loses. We just want to make sure everyone gets 5 games worth of experience in, and 5 games worth of time to commentate. That's always been that way. Yeah, there's a Russian version of Get Great. It popped up about 2 months ago. It's called Get Good, which is hilarious because I don't think people realize that 2.5 years ago, Get Great was a ripoff of a stream called Get Good. Basically, the people who were running Get Good got tired of Skullgirls or had to go to college or something like that. So we made Get Great when Get Good got shut down, and now it's gone full circle. It's pretty great. I got really excited when I found out. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. More people like want exposure to this kind of thing. That's awesome. It all comes back together. So something important I want to point out from the last match, when I was just going off, is Dryas, you did something that's very, very wise, and it's not something that's actually often utilized. So that's actually kind of upper intermediate level thing, but make use of that. Teching is completely invulnerable. Tech chases are not really fully evolved in this game. A lot of people don't have setups that specifically chase people who are teching. That means that when you do a jumping hard kick to approach somebody, and you land and you start flying towards them, you are completely invulnerable. That's a really good way to get past Beam Super, which is exactly what you did last time, which is awesome. It's also a good way to get past the Peacock Super. The thing. Good thinking, jumping over that. Alternatively, if you were confident in your PBGC, you could have push block guard canceled it. So you would have taken a little bit of chip damage, but in exchange you would have gotten a heavy counter hit. Alright, so you push block that at a little bit too wrong time, but also you probably didn't realize that your opponent was going to do that. If you realized your opponent was going to do that, then you would have been much more likely to just like eat it and punish him. Let's see what else. Alright, we got that air grab. So reminder, in the air grabs are very, very powerful. This is mostly for J. Paula, because Dryas has probably heard this already. So air grabs are extremely strong. When you get air grab, the only option you have is to tech that air grab. As opposed to ground grabs, on the when your opponent is on the ground, A, you have a low throw mix-up. B, on top of that, grabs can be teched and jumped. C, you can also just be in blocks then, but of course that technically applies to the air, but you're in the middle of a reset. You're not going to be in blocks then, in the air. On the ground, it's much more likely. Because of assists and things like that. So you had the right idea there, J. Paula. So this is a very important thing in terms of anything versus a solo. Dryas is playing solo big band. In that situation, you want to snap them so they can't heal their red health. On the other hand, Dryas, you need to be looking to hit confirm into a snap. Like go crouching leg kick, 2 hits of crouching medium punch, and then snap. Quarter circle forward, medium punch, medium kick, or heavy punch, heavy kick based on what character you want to snap in. The reason I say that is because if you snap your opponent's point character, you get 2/3 of their red life back. If you snap their assist, you get 1/3 of their red life back. Of your red life back. So it's your only way you can heal. All characters that are team can heal whenever they're not point. Like whenever they're like in the what's it called? Whenever they're not point. That's basically what I meant. So yeah. On that note, I kind of saw J. Paula doing it a little bit more like after the first couple of games. But reminder, when they're out of bounds. Yeah, that's a funny way of putting it. Whenever they're not point, that's like whenever they're your assist, basically. So like whenever they're not out on the main stage, they are healing. That's the value of a team. And the only way a solo can heal, because obviously they're always on the screen, is if they are snapping someone. So be aware of that. Is there any other way to heal? I mean, there's like Valentine's level 5, but like who cares about that? Some of Fukua's supers restores some of the red health she's lost from holding a shadow, I think. That's like it. I think her taunt does that too. I don't know how her taunt works. There we go. You should cancel it in SSJ. Because you were hitting both characters in that situation, if you hit SSJ there, you would have done a lot of damage to that Robo Assist, and that would have set you up for an opportunity to snap in that Robo. If you snapped in that Robo, that would have been glorious. You would have healed some red health if you had any at the time. But it at least would have gotten rid of half their life. That's awesome. Good grab tech there. Good awareness, J. Paula. I respect that. Got in with a jumping leg kick. That is a very good approach option. I respect that. Another good approach option is actually just jumping medium kick. A, because it's one hit. B, because it's a lot more easy to cancel into like light symbols, I think it is, for a clean conversion, or even better is a Tiffany drive. And then on hit confirm, you can do the fun things. On block, you can DHC out or just kind of space it out so it's like really hard for your opponent to punish. That's a little bit more matchup specific. Puka can punish you either way. H symbols coming in. Going to A-Train. Aw, so that should have been a kill right there. Alright, let's see. What else can I say? What else can I say? So, a couple of approach options that you may have, J. Paula. So, I mean, that was 5 games. Thank you guys for playing. It's gonna have to ask you to leave so we can get the next matchup on the road. Or these two will queue up, and I guess we'll just leave and make a new lobby. That works too. Alright. God, making a lobby with 3 spots just feels wrong. Makes me sad. Either way, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the new link real quick. Also, for those of you guys who are gonna be up at a moderately acceptable time, at 8 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to the Chicago local. You guys can tune into that. This is gonna be Gelato's stream, so shouting that one out. If you guys want a link to it, just ask me in Discord, at me. For those of you guys who are not aware, the Crank Machine, aka a lever gizmo, is my name in Discord. What else is... Oh wait, I already did that one. Next up is gonna be Hydra versus FUG. Someone at me in general. Alright. So I'm gonna get Metin away from the Cold War, and Valkyrie's opponent will be Metin back. So I'm just gonna go ahead and update this real quick. That was funny. Alright. I was saying something else regarding Puka Robo options. Oh yeah. Hopefully J Paula is still listening. Couple of other things is when you're a Robo, your main approach option is actually jumping medium punch. You have the only like normal in the game that can be jump canceled into itself, I think. Something like that. Jumping medium punch is single-handedly one of the best buttons in this game. So use that a lot with Robo. It's your main option, and before you touch the ground, just re-jump and use jumping medium punch again. It's a cross-up also. It's just really good. It's safe on land canceling. It's just really, really dope. Fukua's a little bit tricky. Make sure you're taking advantage of iframe normals and stuff. Watch Hydra play a little bit. It should give you a few extra tips. Might help out. Just be aware. Most important thing for you, though, J. Paula, is definitely learning a BNB. We just need you to be a little bit more familiar with the characters. until you learn a combo, we can't start talking about the actually important stuff like resets, mix-ups, vortices, things like that. Alright, so we gotta tighten up those stancil links. So, Banana, a bit of a tip when it comes to stanceling, this is something I had to figure out because it took me forever to learn how to stancil, is while you're stanceling, if you accidentally skip your medium kick, that means you pressed, you stanceled and started pressing buttons a little too early. If you're not making the string right, like if you pressed the jumping medium or crouching medium kick or crouching medium punch and they block it, that means you pressed it too late. So use that to adjust your timing little by little. It takes lots of practice. Another thing you can do is there's a visual indicator. So when Squiggly is stanceling, the wings popping out of her that are made of fire, they'll just barely start to form the moment you're supposed to stancel. That'll also help you when you're trying to do heavy punch to heavy punch stancels, although that's not really recommended. There are very few people who can do that consistently. It's a 2-frame blink, and it is not worth it. The extra like 40 damage you get from the most optimized combos is really, really not worth it. It's not something I really want to talk about during the intermediate bracket, but it's still a thing.
Player 2 wins.
Josh, it's not about how good or bad you do. As long as I was able to give you some advice, and you are encouraged to practice, that's all that really matters. So don't worry about how well or poorly you perform. Keep in mind, I'm the one making the matchups. So it's not like I guaranteed you an even opponent. I gave you the best, closest thing to an even opponent I possibly could. And Dry Eyes has been really at the grind. They've been really trying to improve. So it's like, I'm not going to take anything away from them either. It's tough. This game is hard. Fighting games are very, very hard. But they'll help. When you get good at a fighting game, you get good at all games. Your understanding of how video games work skyrockets. And the fundamentals you practice and learn here are going to be really important going forward. So just keep practicing. You'll rewatch the VODs when you have a chance. Awesome. If you want to watch the VODs now, on Twitch, the VODs are live recorded, so you can immediately go watch your commentary there. Alternatively, you can wait till it's out on YouTube, which won't be until after the stream. SG helped me with Overwatch for sure. Totally not true. In terms of what? How did it help me with Overwatch? I understood frame data of Overwatch. I understood how spacing worked. I understood how disjointed I understood the concepts of disjointed normals and hitboxes a lot better. The whole headshot argument that was everyone was really mad about when it came to Overwatch. I understood that on a single read. It helped me figure out what the problem with the game was really, really quickly. It helped me understand in terms of how I use assists. I similarly viewed teammates, and it helped me do really, really well in the game. Where I understood what I want to cover when my opponent is unsafe, so to speak, after they're pressing a thing. SG actually helps me less with Smash than it did with Overwatch, but you are absolutely correct. Because of the same genre, you would actually expect that to help you. The reason... I mean, this is a topic for a later time, so reach out to me and I'll explain later. I'm decent at SG and I suck dick at Smash. Can't relate. You have to actually learn how can you apply what you know in Skullgirls to Smash, but Skullgirls definitely helped me in Smash. Oh, that's the armored grab. Okay. So, a couple of things about being safe versus unsafe. So, medium brass is actually unsafe. There's very rarely a reason to use medium brass, unless you're just afraid to overcommit, basically. If you're trying to make sure that only the tip of brass will hit your opponent, that's the only time medium brass really should ever come out. Light brass is the one that's safe, quote unquote. It's -5. That means it's extremely hard to punish it. After you do light brass, you can actually go straight into beat extend, and that will catch a lot of opponents, because a lot of people will be like, oh, time to punish brass, and then they'll get caught by beat extend. But some people are a little bit brave enough to keep on blocking and quote unquote give up their turn because they know how unsafe it is. It's a little bit of Yomi comes in there. It's will my opponent punish me or not? Should I beat extend or not? That's an option. You gotta be aware of it.
Gentlemen and ladies, it's showtime!
Alright, you did not hit confirm there. After you use jumping light kick, you can confirm with crouching light kick. If you get a hit confirm with jumping light kick against a standing opponent, that's a true blink. Silver cord at neutral. It's always funny. Come on, show me a full BNB. Finish this combo. That works. Oh, almost. Almost. Banana, I'm not going to take anything away from how you're playing. You're playing very well. Especially, like, you've improved immensely. The big thing that I want to say is until you're consistent with your combo, I do highly recommend sticking to beginner bracket. That's just kind of my advice to you. Obviously, the choice is always yours. But I'm going to be able to give you a little bit more advice on what's related and relevant to you. Based on you practicing your fundamentals. Like, just practice being able to finish a combo all the time. Practice being able to stancel, and all that stuff. That's my recommendation. Again, I'm not telling you to go back to beginner. I'm just telling you that may be of more value to keep in the back of your mind. If you are confident in your BNB, you're positive that you can do it 100% of the time, then by all means, stay in intermediate. Good blocks there, Hydra. That was awesome. There we go, Fireball. Your spacing with the fireballs and stuff has gotten real good. Your opponent has been able to punish you past for it, though, so... Yeah, jumping medium kick there obviously wouldn't have hit, so... I think you were trying to kill the Shadow and be cheeky, but I'm not honestly sure. Yeah, so again, Brass is getting in again through your zoning. Using drill there. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, so after the jumping hard kick there, you actually want to use Symphony Drive, because you were so close to the corner, it's like the best way to confirm. Dang. I still don't fully understand that super. What does it do? It like causes maximum unscaling and all this other dumb stuff happen? I don't know.
We got it.
Ana is a meta. The meta is usually roles, not characters. In Overwatch. That's always been my experience. Nonetheless, this is not Overwatch Get Great. It increases scaling to 200%. That's hilarious. Why does it do that? It's just weird. It's like, congratulations, Fuqua. You can now do a normal BNB's worth of damage. It sets it to 200. If you comboed into it, like if I was using Silver Cord Assist and comboed into it, would it still rescale to 200%? The worst super is Squiggly's level 5 because it's grab vulnerable. Why the fuck is Squiggly's level 5 grab vulnerable? That's garbage. Daisy's also pretty bad, but it also is really good. So I don't know how to feel about that. What the hell? That works? What the hell? You can do that? No, wait, they were already in knockdown state. Okay. I just wasn't paying attention. I'm just like, that should never work. How the hell did that work? I was so confused. I like that you use sweep as a knockdown to start building charge. That's a good neutral option. Better option is probably just build a charge after A-Train. When you're running A-Train assist and it hits your opponent, you can actually build a charge before they come back out. Another thing is I actually recommend hitting them with standing medium punch after A-Train for two reasons. One, you can combo with it, and it's actually optimal. A player named Gexpro has proven that. Another thing is that after heavy A-Train, if you convert with standing medium punch, if you cancel, like Kara cancel the first hit of standing medium punch, you actually get a free vortex. They can't do anything, and it's a free 50-50. It's actually like a 25-25-25-25, because it's a high-low mix-up and a left-right mix-up at the same time. It's one of the strongest vortexes in this game. Vortices in this game. You can grab level 5? Squiggly's level 5 is grab vulnerable, yes. People have countered Daisied my level 5, and which made me really upset. It was extremely ironic. Wait, Lab Zero? Hey there, Lab Zero. Welcome to the stream. I'm surprised you guys are here. That's crazy. Why would you use M-Train over H-Train Assist? Okay, so H-Train does more damage, but M-Train doesn't go as far, which lets you do a very special vortex that was created by 159man mid-screen. It's an unblockable setup. It's pretty well known. There were patches that were made to make the unblockable setup a little bit harder and trickier, but you can still kind of do it. But it only works in the corner if you use heavy A train. If you want to do it mid screen, it has to be M A train. It is Mike. That is correct.
I remember her being shorter. Gentlemen and ladies, it's showtime! Downfall.
Or if anyone remembers memes from a year and a half ago, it's Sean Y from Lab 3. Oh, you Russian joined the Russian stream last week? That's awesome. Good to see you around, Mike. Oh, is that not supposed to be a thing, Mike? I was like really upset about that. Tell that one to Liam? Yeah, alright. Maybe you can fix it in Skullgirls Turbo. It's also like how hit grabs I thought in this game are supposed to scale to 55. Mike, can you confirm that hit grabs are supposed to scale to 55? Squiggly's command grabs and hit grabs all scale to 50. I don't understand why. What's SG Turbo? Oh, Liam made a version of Skullgirls that's just like 3 fast 5 me and is just beautiful. That's all I want to play, honestly. I would do a side tournament for that. So I think you're trying to parry here. There we go. Quick tip on parrying, because if you tap forward, it like buffers out, parries, it puts you into parry lockout. What you can do is actually button dash to approach, and then you'll still have parry not, you know, locked out. Not necessarily recommended, because your main approach option shouldn't be parrying. But at this point, you have enough of an advantage that you can do that. Did you just find out about the Bayo regular scale to 55, or did you know that? I actually didn't know that until right now. That's hilarious. Alright.
So close.
Banana, focus on your stancel stuff. I gave you a few tips on how to tighten that up a little bit. Clean that up. Practice the B&B, make sure you're consistent with it. Hydra, you just played overall pretty okay. There wasn't too much I could talk about in that situation. The best person to talk about when it comes to Fuka is definitely JP, so reach out to him on the Discord if you have any tips. If you want me to go over your VODs again, just because I got distracted talking about Squiggly, hit me up on Discord and I'll review your VODs and give you a few quick things that you need to focus on. But you played overall pretty well. I liked that you were focusing on zoning. Maybe be a little bit more aggressive. You can also do stuff after drill instead of just stopping after drill. You're always welcome here, Mike. Glad you joined the chat. Even if people are constantly complaining about Cerebral jumping medium. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and get let's see. It's not Valkyrie versus nobody anymore. It's Valkyrie versus Men. Alright, let's see how this goes.
I'll show you how to deal with traitors.
Gentlemen and ladies, it's
Albus scales to 50? Wait, what? The things we only learn. Only now learn? Whatever. English is hard. Good air grab, conversion with the scalpels. Using air dash to convert there. Interesting route. You don't need to use a meter there to convert after throw. I think you can just pick up off the OTG. I'm not positive on that, but I'm just now picking up Val, so I gotta mess around with her a little bit more. Alright, so Heavy Breath you're using Heavy Breath really, really well to counter call. I'm noticing that consistently. It's like whenever an assist comes out, you're calling out Brass. I want to give you the benefit of the doubt that you're not just calling it whenever it comes off cooldown. It's working. Good over it there. Wire seeing the level 3. Get him the raw tag. So the thing about Bayo's raw tag, here's a bit of a tip. Frame data wise, if he's coming out from the far side of the screen, it's actually 100% reactable. You can practice that. I highly recommend putting that into the lab and recording it. Like just Bayo raw tagging in, practicing reacting to that. Because you can definitely react to him coming out full screen. The only time it's not reactable, like truly unreactable, is if he's coming out from the corner. Because it A, puts him right back into the corner, but B, it's because he doesn't have to travel halfway across the screen to actually hit you. There was a Discord out there that was trying to fix, quote-unquote, fix the netcode for Skullgirls, and I'm just like, you have nothing better to compare it to. There's like not really netcode out there that really works. Ike is also 50%. That's crazy. Did people just actually never notice this, or did we just not care? I feel like that was like the first thing I would have checked if I was like maining Parasol. Like, what does Bike Guy scale do? Axe there. Alright, so a couple options you have against Hyper Armor. Hyper Armor cannot be broken by sweeps, unlike normal armor. So what you do against it is you can obviously grab it, right? Like any armor thing. But you can also snap it. You can snap to break any armor. And it's actually highly recommended against Sekhmet. Sekhmet is really hard to punish because, I mean, you don't know if she's on the ground or high up in the air. So it's like, you can't just, if you're grabbing, it's like almost a 50-50 guess. Just stupid. So instead, just snap them. If you snap them, you get the wall bounce, then you can usually convert without meter. Also, just a small little tidbit. Snaps give you OTG back. Not that it really matters too much in this specific situation, but it's like a good thing to be aware that you'll always have OTG to convert if you snap like any sort of Sekhmet thing. Does not apply here, but like whatever. Small little extra detail to be aware of. The ingrained mechanics of Skullgirls. Here's a small tidbit that applies to you, Valkyrie, because you're playing Val. I think this applies to you. Yeah, it kind of applies to you. If you are jumping out of mix-ups, I guess it actually applies to not Valkyrie's Valentine. It applies more to Metten's band because Metten was trying to jump away from the pressure for like a long time. When you were banned, you were double jumping a lot in the corner. Keep in mind how double jump works is you don't actually always have double jump. Skullgirls has like this really quirky way of refreshing double jumps. So basically how it works is if you are on the ground and you jump, then you will have a double jump. Once you use up your double jump, it doesn't actually refresh until you've jumped off the ground again. So it's kind of like a resource that you only get from jumping off the ground. If you haven't used your double jump and you haven't jumped off the ground, like you like broke out of a reset in the air or something like that, then you'll still be able to double jump. That's still a thing. There'll be many times you won't be able to double jump just because you used up your double jump and you haven't been able to jump off the ground. Be aware of that. People can do very dirty mix-ups where one of the best ways to escape and punish is by jumping, and you won't be able to double jump out of it because you don't have that resource available to you. So instead of double jumping to escape everything, be a little bit more deliberate about it. What I'm trying to get at. If I look at the sub specifically, I could break down exactly what you should have been doing to get out of it. So if you want to clip that setup and then like go ahead and send it to me, I'll explain how to escape that situation. Bird insurance coming in. Going for that grab reset. Off the wall bounce, using up OTG. doing the sneakiest cross under. I'm mad upset that you were able to block that. No one blocks that. Good DP, good job not shaking. I respect that. Taking maximum advantage of scaling. Alright, small thing you should practice, Metin. I know you just wanted to stick to what you knew, so you just went into level 3. But small thing to practice, because that immediately told me that you were not A, watching your meter, or B, you are not comfortable converting into level 5 after heavy press. Practice doing either one of those, or both. Technically both. It isn't... Yeah, but like, when people are like trying to push Squiggly's damage, and they're like, man, is 8.8 the most she can do? Being able to get like an extra like 250 would be nice.
All in the mind.
In case you want to give me like a super secret build with all that stuff fixed and on like 20 different floppies, you know, just keep it noted. I'd appreciate that. That was interesting. Okay, so crouching medium kick. Crouching medium cuck. What the fuck was that? Crouching medium kick into grab is kind of a reset, but like, I believe you're a lot more than 5 frames positive after crouching medium kick. So you actually have to wait like an awkward amount to do that. You're actually better off going for a low throw. It's a lot faster, much more difficult to react to. A low throw being like light low throw, like crouching light kick low throw. You're more than 7k, less than 100%. Full combos kill. This doesn't come out. Yeah, you're right. Floppies? What decade are you living in, correct? A, I love floppies, but B, it's because it's a reference to a joke. Severin basically got like a I forgot what was changed, but she made a joke that she got a new build of Skullgirls that she got from like Mike Z on 20 different floppies behind like a Starbucks or something like that. It was great. Squiggly, with all the pluses, not having 10k by herself is fine. Yeah, you're totally right, honestly. Like the entire character rather than just one aspect. I was joking, obviously. I didn't actually think that needed to be fixed, but it would be nice nonetheless. No, Squiggly is super safe all the time and has all sorts of dumb resets. I think she's fine as a character, but what I don't think is fine is that it seems to be random with when or how many frames you need to charge. I was showing Clausen Bombs this last combo breaker, but like the amount of frames you need to build a charge ranges anywhere between 57 and 62. If you do it frame by frame, like the frame by frame, what was it called? Is that actually called frame by frame? I don't know. The random mod thing or not the mod, the random Steam command you can put in to run the game frame by frame in training mode, shows that it's like always like 52 frames or something like that. Yeah, frame advance. Thank you. I'm really stupid. No, don't. Definitely, I totally understand you have to look at the character for sure. The 500 extra damage is not what affects my Sepulay. I can still kill him to reset. That's good enough for me. I didn't mean that in terms of practical sense. It would have been nice to like fluff numbers. That's because there's frame skip. Yeah, but I thought frame skip added. Would frame skip, the fact that frame skip messes with that is annoying, because I know for inputs how frame skip works is like it adds an extra frame buffer every time frame skip is triggered, so like it'll be fine, but so that like input stuff is fine, but when you're trying to do muscle memory, like how many frames you need to build a charge, and you don't get charge when you held the button down for 61 frames, that's like that's not good. Well, Serious Ben, I'm glad you spoke up, because we have a thing that's actually exclamation mark TERMS. We use that, it takes you a wiki of all these fighting game terms and stuff. Not all of these are Skullgirls specific, obviously, not a lot of really apply to Skullgirls. I want to say something else, but let's check the script first. Please do. Like, I seriously hope that you can just tell me it's like, nah, your execution is just ass. Like, I hope that's the answer. Because that was me, JP, Clausen Bombs. I don't think Kenji was there for this one. It was like a crowd of 5 people. I was explaining this and I was upset. Yeah, you're right. Alright, good use of jumping hard, knocks him on the ground, you get able to convert. Reminder that against a standing opponent, it's a lot easier to convert off of jumping hard punch. I think it's actually impossible if they're in the air. Without an assist, maybe, I don't know. At that point, Meant, you were just trying to call assist off cooldown. But it was a call, so a counter call, so I'm not gonna blame you. Because Valkyrie's doing that plenty well enough. That counter call is mad dangerous. That was a drop double snap. So even if you're hitting both characters and the point character dies, it's actually extremely important you snap, because if you don't snap, that's exactly what happens. That character will come in. This is what happens if the assist that is out is not the second character in line, but is in fact the third. So because Band was Menton's anchor, that means Beowulf was able to come out when Parasol died, because Beowulf was next in line. That screwed everything up. It's like order matters, long story short. So if you're confused on why Beowulf came out there, I recommend studying those last, like, 30 seconds. That's right, you were there. I remember. Weren't you... Was that the day you were eating my Giordano's behind me or something like that? Nope, I remember that during Dev, she was set to get less charge while moving. That got removed, Sarah execution, etc., etc. Alright, I believe you.
Everyone good to go?
I need to write a script to, like, just try to build charge for the exact same amount of time over and over again. Prove to myself, but also I know my execution isn't perfect, so whatever. I'm still human. How unfortunate. Oh, that was interesting. Can you fast fall from there, Valkyrie? After you hit only one hit of jumping medium kick. Did you fast fall from there? I really should learn Val. This is a huge gap in my understanding of this. From me practically just trying over and over again, the lowest I built a charge in was 57, and the highest I built a charge in was 63 or 62. I think it was 63. 62. I'm gonna say 62. And that's within frame skip range, I think, right? Every 5 frames now is skipped. Every 6th frame instead of 7, something like that. I think it's every 5 instead of 6. Alright. So I don't think you meant to drop there. I think you meant for both those light punches to hit. You should have inched forward a little bit more, but also you can turn that into tick throw setup. Keep that in mind. That is a part of the vortex. It's one of the simpler conversions off or setups in that mid-screen vortex. Doubles vortex and mid-screen is extremely powerful.
Let's get a round of applause for our contestants.
Well played by both these two players. Gonna go ahead and move on to the next set. Let's see, what was the next one in line? It's Robot versus Quigley. I think Quigley plays Fuqua. I hope they actually also play Quigley. If they don't, that's funny. Six does seem like a lot. It shouldn't be that much. but it technically falls under the right number of numbers, right? Like it's every 6 frame is skipped, then 10 frames are skipped total, so the variance could be as high as 5. 6 might be a little bit too much then. So that might just be me not remembering numbers right. That reset was for the mental damage. There you go. It's to build extra meters so you can invest in your children's college.
Nice hair.
It's skipping 10 times.
Gentlemen and ladies,
Okay.
it's showtime!
Wait. Oh. Okay. I mean, I'll be seeing you at Combo Breaker, I hope. So if you want me to demonstrate this, I can definitely demonstrate this to you. I also have it recorded somewhere if you want the video. But the recorded video didn't show off the biggest range. It just wanted to show off that this was indeed a problem. Problem that I was having specifically. Not necessarily a problem with the game. Still can't confirm that one. Good run under setup. Respect it. Go for an instant overhead next. That looked American. There we go. Got in that low. I guess that's one way to kill Fortune. In that situation, Robot, I actually would have played a little bit more greedy, just because running this back is going to be really hard. So just because you got rid of their Fortune, their opponent still has 2 characters left, which means they still have a neutral tool that's going to help them a lot against you. It's going to be basically 1v2, or like a half character versus 2. Using level 3 to kill Fortune there, normally I would consider very smart, but this is like one of those situational specific things. It's like, is that really what I want to use my meter for? If I make a dummy recording that fails to get charged sometimes, that's proof enough. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. I never thought of that. That's really dumb. I will try to do that. I'll try to build charge with the dummy for like 60 frames. I'll do that after on DayZ today. Can I note something besides people who just run them behind HBM assist on the ground? Don't just let them be, or don't let them run them for free. Make sure you check them with funds. Yeah. On the other hand, though, like if you're on the offense and you're using beam to run under, is a bit of a tricky thing because people will be blocking low to try and duck the beam. You can very easily hit him with an overhead. Usually, some characters will react to this in such high guard, but then they'll be forced to block the beam. So it's like. It's very mean, long story short. Drill, have to get both characters. You're gonna kill the assist. Almost. You should have done the super. You ran, triggered IPS, which is unfortunate. IPS, of course, only triggers on the point character. So, I mean, you had to watch what you were doing to the point character and not just keep doing strings. I understand you want damage, but always watch your opponent's health. If you're focusing on execution, then you need to practice your execution. Not like that's literally your execution, but like practice doing that specific combo route over and over again until you don't have to watch your own character to do it reliably. That's actually like a big turning point when it comes to like practicing character in the game. You will know that you're really familiar with the character when you can confidently believe your character's going to do the buttons you press. And that naturally just leads you to watching your opponent's character more. You notice there's like an odd transition phase that a lot of people get stuck on, where if they're staring in between 2 characters, that's like a common, I wouldn't call it a mistake, but like a common comfortable zone that a lot of players fall into, where they still want to be able to keep an eye on their character. They don't want to focus too much away from their character. Like they also can't afford to focus a little bit away, so it's like beneficial for them. That's the thing. Give you proof and you'll figure out why. Alright, will do. Thanks for joining us, Mike. Good to see you here. Advice for new players. That's what we're here for. Don't poke with a single button, poke with at least a 2-move chain. Yes. I want to expand on this. This is actually very important. There was a long discussion I had at CEO Taku, I want to say 2017, I think it was. It was me, Kenji, and a couple of other players. We were talking about this, where there's actually no reason to ever go past 2 hits of a light button whenever you're poking your opponent to see if you need to hit confirm. A 2-button chain move is good because it'll allow you to keep applying pressure in case your opponent tries to preemptively push block. To preemptively push block, the second hit will keep you standing in the same spot, because push block backward movement stops as soon as the second move makes hit a touch to the push blocking opponent. The other thing is that it also gives you plenty of time to hit confirm. It's nice. If you're not confident you're going to get the hit, going for a single hit light, which is most people's crouching light kick, might not be the best option. A little bit less optimal because, of course, you get 2 hits of scaling right away, but still definitely worth it. Getting that optimal damage out is only really necessary if you're going for a very, very precise set play, which will actually only get you so far. Yeah. Also, ending block strings in a medium also work. Most of the time. We have said previously on this stream where it's like you don't ever want your block strings to go past the medium, but the general consensus against higher level players seems to be, like, just when I was asking them, they were telling me that you actually never should really have to go past the hitting like normal. But there's a huge cost value analysis that has to be done with it, just that statement, whether you should go for a crouching light, crouching medium kick kind of thing, or do you want to go for 2 hitting light? Really depends a lot. Yes, thank you, Mixie. Appreciate that a lot.
Nice hairball. Gentlemen and ladies, it's showtime!
I hit both characters, didn't believe in hit confirm. Excellent, an up back. Your planet needs you. Again, thanks for joining us. It was great to have you here. Good bait in that situation. Level 3 whiffs. That means you get a nice clean punish. That was a perfect setup because it would have. So in that situation, Robot, you actually wanted to DHC into Merry-Go-Rilla, and the reason not Merry-Go-Rilla, Jesus, Diamond Dynamo. And the reason I say that is because Diamond Dynamo, A, obviously only would waste 1 meter, and 2, because your opponent was above you, level 3 was gonna miss. You were gonna get punished real bad for that. So you were gonna get punished either way. Obviously, you shouldn't have DHC'd at all because that would have saved a lot of life on your Bella. Unless you were confident your Philia would have died if she stayed out, and you were willing to pay half of Cerebella's life for that. It's unfortunate your opponent wasn't actually able to completely cash out on that damage, but that's normally what would have happened, Robot. So when you are DHCing, don't only DHC to get a character out, look at context, look at situations. This is something that's really important, especially at the intermediate level, when we're trying to focus on this kind of stuff, is being watching how much meter you have. Watching, or evaluating, is the resources I'm spending worth what I'm about to do? And unfortunately, often the answer is no. So sometimes it's better to let your point character die. It's very tricky to determine that. It's very tricky to determine that situation where it's like okay to let a character die and give up your assist and let your assist come in, or your other character come in, your second character. Anyone who plays Marvel games, do we have a term for second character? It's point anchor, and the secondary is what I've always called the other guy. Not important. What is important is be aware of your resources, be aware of how much you're spending, and be aware. The middle child. There you go. Cannon. You just said middle? Oh, okay. Alright, so if you are dashing on the ground, reminder that you can actually block while dashing. I don't know if it's unique to Skullgirls, but it's definitely something you don't get to see very often. If you button dash, the most optimal way to dash while blocking is to button dash, where you press 2 punch buttons and then you hold back. So you can get into your opponent's face and not die. The moment you start moving forward is when you start holding back, because otherwise you'll get backdash, and that would suck.
Gentlemen and ladies, it's showtime!
That trade sucks. Overhead low. Didn't need to be that aggressive with resets. You're unbusy on your opponent was actually already very low. Now you've maxed out, went for the burst bait. Now you get a clean counter hit. Good stuff. That's some set play shenanigans right there. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, so you actually probably could have killed after that burst bait. Heavy counter hit damage with Fortune, I think it hits like 8.6 or something in the corner. It's like a huge number. That would have been more than enough to kill. Even though your opponent has, I think, 17k health in that situation, half of that being, what was it, like, yeah, you would have just barely had enough to kill. You also had to level 3 if you really needed it, in case you wanted to get more. After that heavy counter hit you got on accident when you dropped your combo, that was more than enough to kill on top of that. Dash up low. So a bit of a thing you should have done quickly in that situation, right there at the very end, is it would have been. I mean, you had enough of a health lead that this actually doesn't matter too much. You're able to afford this gamble, but the thing is, like, when you're ahead, use that to stay more ahead or get more ahead. This capitalism of fighting games. You had your head out and it was behind your opponent. If you ran up and just blocked, remember how I was talking about block dashing earlier? You can do that. Just dash up and block. I mean, Fortune has a run, so it's not much of a dash, but still, dash up and block, and have the head go in for like a command grab. What's it called? Nom nom. Is nom nom nom. Bella, if she tried to use a super, she might have been able to get away from nom 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 based on hitboxes. But much more importantly, you would have been safe. You would have been able to get a heavy punish on Bella. You don't have to do risky. You don't have to just run up low and then try to make it safe with the head. Because if Bella blocked your run up low or just literally mashed super in that situation when she saw you dashing up to her face, you would have suffered for that. You would have gotten hit and it would have become Bella's turn. And when it's Bella's turn, it's hard to get that turn back. Skullgirls is one of those games where it's like, once it's your turn, you never want to give it up. That's the entire game is designed around that at the highest level of play. Alright. So Yo-Yo's in here. I think their opponent is Fluff. Let's see. How can I get in touch with Fluff? Where you at, buddy? Fluff has been offline for 30 hours. Call me crazy, but I don't think Fluff will be joining us today. So Yo-Yo, I will fight you in a moment. Let me double check though. I'm gonna check the Discord. Fluff. Confirmed Fluff is not online. At least they're in the Discord. Appreciate that. At least, let's see. Alright, yo, sit tight. I'm gonna get my fight stick. Bear with me. Who won Comic Breaker last year? Swift Fox. It was one of the coolest goddamn sets I've ever seen. Probably not top 3. I mean, especially considering number 3 was the one at Frosty Faustings from like 2 years ago, where Liam did the most incredible mid-screen play I've ever seen. Player week 1 Bella? I can do that. Be right back, guys. Unfortunate. Alright. I'm back. Let's do this.
It's good to be out.
I concur.
Gentlemen and ladies, it's
This is spaghetti. Oh, I fucked up. That's not what I wanted. Nah. Daisy! Dang, that works. Alright. Yeah, a small little tidbit that you probably already know, because considering you just took advantage of it, but I just want to point it out. When you DHC in, the incoming character is not supposed to have hit stop. There are exceptions to this. I think Bella still has hit stop, which is funny. But in general, yes. When I incoming DHC, I no longer have the hit stop that I normally would have from SJ, which means that you were able to daisy on reaction there. But from that distance, normally you would not be able to daisy on reaction. Oh, nice tick throw. It's not really a tick throw, but... Oh my god, I can't believe I messed up. First game of the evening. It's not looking good. Alright, nice. That's a kill. That was bad. Nice. So that situation, that was a very smart tech, because I was expecting you to not tech. Trying to think. What else? You're resetting me on the ground way too much. If I knew how to play Big Band, I'd be extending you there in that situation. Pretty much every time. I don't think any of those were unmashable setups. If they are supposed to be unmashable setups, I think you need to fix the timing. I don't think they are, though. god. Alright. Oh, I'm supposed to neutral hop there. It's quickly specific. I know that. I know that. Oh, wait. Oh my god, that is not how that should work. I need to lab that out. I need to lab that completely. Nice. Hold on. That doesn't kill. Damn. Nicely done.
I think we got it.
The double overhead reset is vulnerable to beat extend. Again, all that is mashable. Should be careful doing those kinds of resets when you don't have an assist. Sometimes it's okay to take that gamble, but very rare you need to be unsafe like that. Oh, I fucked that up. There we go. I fucked that up. I don't have sound stun. I meant to cancel that into beat extend. Would have worked too. Oh, it wouldn't have. You would have just car canceled into Daisy. That should not have worked ever anyway. Oh, that was weird. Oh, you were not jabbing. That looked like jab startup. I was very confused. Should kill. Not with that route. Maybe with that route. Good use of level 3 before your last string, because that meant you didn't get the compounded undizzy scaling. You get the full unscaling of level 3. Respectable. Ah, nice. That was American. Nice. Don't reset me. Watch my meter, yo. If I have 2 meter, I have a DHCO. Nice use of DP. Good grab. Should be easy kill. That's what I would say. Yeah. I should be telling myself to watch a meter, apparently. That should kill. No, it shouldn't. I lied. No! That sucks. It doesn't suck at all. I'm perfect. I was just trying to chip you out with heavy breath. It didn't work. My bad. I'm gonna drop Painwheel, Combo Breaker, blah, blah, blah. Isn't SBO into X the only exception on the hit stop thing? No, it's something into Peacock, or Peacock into Bella, or it's like a very specific exchange. I forgot what it is. Center stage SBO into something might work, but I'm honestly not sure about that. I don't really know how that works. Very well. What the fuck? Well done. Good mix. Oh, that's good. I should have punished you for that. I didn't believe. I didn't think you would do it. I guess you didn't really have much of a reason not to. Good blocks. I got greedy. Oh my god. That's fine, just kill me. I'm upset. I should not have dropped that. I was upset. Well, that was our 6th game. I'll go ahead and play one more because I'm a maniac. And I'm, I don't know, colluding, I guess. Ah, too late to cancel. That sucks. That's fine. Everything's fine. Things are less fine. What? How did that happen? Oh my god. Ah! God damn it. First to death on stream. Yeah. Me and Yo-Yo are supposed to do a first to death at Combo Breaker. I don't know if we can get that streamed. Probably not, but I'll stream more first to deaths if people want it. Yeah, Run Up 360 is my bane. On that note, I'm probably gonna end the stream so I can start getting ready for Undizzy. Gotta head to Undizzy soon anyway. Thank you everyone for joining us. Reminder that all of our VODs go up right after the stream. Gonna try to release the next signups as well. If you guys have any questions on the commentary or want more details, because you think like I only said 3 or 4 things, please just let me know in Discord. Just at me. I'm there for you guys. Like, I'm there to help you as much as I can. If I can't think of anything now, more likely than not, I'll be able to think of something when I'm watching your VODs over and over and over again, like 7 times when you ask me to. So, if you think there was plenty of things to work on from what I told you, then please work on those. If you guys just want more commentary for the sake of there being more commentary, I probably won't give you much. But if you think I only said a couple of things and want more advice, I can definitely give you that. I can fill it in. Let me know. And what else? If you guys want to apply your skills, the very skills that you've been practicing and hearing on stream over and over again, then please join us for Skullgirls Be Great, our Wednesday weekly tournament. Every 4th week of every month is a prize pool tournament. 5th week, if there is one, is a special event tournament. It's usually a team tournament. We might do something different if we can think of something funny, but it's more often than not just a team tournament. We don't try too hard. And then, what else is there? Yeah, so just see you all next week. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm super excited that you guys are super into practicing playing. Had a guest star, Mike Z, show up. It's fantastic. It's a good old time. Second time I think we've had him on stream. Said some dank words of wisdom. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.